Yeah, we can hear it. Yeah, we haven't officially started yet. I think we're waiting on one more person walking in the door right now. How are you doing? Oh, yeah,
I can hear you. It's a little echoey in here right now because the ceiling is so high. But we can hear you. Yeah.
Paul is going to start in just maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah. So there.
Hello?
Yep. Hey, Jason. John Jason just called in as well. No, you're fine. You're fine. We're actually waiting for Paul to call the meeting to order.
All right. Call the meeting to order. All right. So it's all the February meeting of the Indianapolis Academy of Excellence to order. A number of things to take a look at tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you speak up. John and Jason are both on the call.
Guys, how are you? You guys can't hear me? John and Jason, can you hear me? Oh, there we go. All right. I'm gonna have to be much quieter than I expected. All right. Okay. First item for tonight, we've got a public comment. We've got more members of the public than we're used to. Does anybody have any comments? All right. Item 1. Down. Okay. The second item is to approve. Now, my agenda says the December board minutes, but I believe that's the January 8th, 2014 board minutes. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
All right, do I have a second? Second. All in favor of approving the January 2014 minutes of the Board of Directors, say aye.
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 All opposed? Hearing none, we'll show the motion as passed and those minutes as accepted. All right. The next item we have on the agenda is the Executive Director's report. So I will turn it over to Mr. Joe Burleson.
Yeah, so if John is basically, we're going to go ahead and talk about the facility right now. So you can fill us in with any that you guys have. That's great.
I've got one, yeah, this is Paul. I've got a quick question. Maybe you can help answer it or not. With the elevator that we're planning on installing at this facility, I assume there'd be some demo work that would be required. With the asbestos and the lead-based paint and that demo work, are we looking at substantially increasing that estimate for the elevator or not? Okay, thank you.
He's on his way. I just got a text message from him. He went to Paul's office.
Okay. Thank you. Was there someone else on the line that was, John, were you going to have do you have anything to say or add?
No, no one was on except for Connie and myself, John.
Yeah. Cool. Good. You mentioned a couple other risks besides from the elevator, and I know we've already mentioned asbestos and lead paint. Are there other risks that PFA has already been made aware of?
Hey, Jason. Jason, this is Charlie. I just got here. I apologize. Hi, John. So, Jason, did we get the report from Paramita on the phase 2? Two. You were moved forward. Okay.
Yeah. God forbid. There you go. I was walking in this building. I was walking in. Yeah. Close yet. Yeah, do we have a pre-possession agreement with the bank or something of that nature, or are we all just criminals?
See if we can raise this thing up a little bit.
Yeah, Jason, this is Charlie again. I just walked in on, we haven't taken possession, so do we have any exposure or liability as we are residing here, at least temporarily?
Matt?
Okay. Well, we have an attorney here.
Take a run for it, I guess. All right.
Just a question, that's all.
Yeah, maybe leave the address off a minute.
Oh, okay.
It was March 3rd, so.
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely. Hey, Jason, you mentioned a letter of comfort a few minutes ago from IDEM. When do you expect that to issue?
Yeah, I've been on both sides of the spectrum with IDEM. One where they'll make you wait 5 or 7 years to where it can be done in 90 days. So it depends on the attorney. I don't know Kurt. I mean, I've met him, but I'm assuming his expert is environmental and he can handle that.
Well,
I am. Yes. Yeah, well.
all right. Refresh my memory. The CFA Properties will purchase the school, and we are expected to buy it back.
He leased on it until we're prepared.
How long is the lease term?
It can vary.
Very.
If we can buy it back, I'm gonna. I don't know, John, if you want to talk about this, or Paul asked the question that what is the expectation of after the property purchases the building, the buyback timeline?
And maybe you've come across this before, but have you seen charters that have had difficulty in getting private financing and buying the school back where there's a chromium or another environmental issue in the soil? Because that would be my concern if at 3 and 5 years we can't get financing because there's an environmental issue and we can't buy it back. Yeah. And I got one last question and I'll shut up. Will the letter of comfort cover the proposed property, the playground area? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
So, John, do you want Todd to talk to us now about the legal issue that you referred to earlier?
Yeah, John,
Yes, it's already been signed, John. The affiliate agreement.
I appreciate that, John.
No.
Nope.
Okay. All right, thanks, Jason.
Thanks.
Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Okay,
All right,
I will.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Thanks.
All right. I think we're on to the next item of the executive report.
Are we going to talk about
Well-
the representation or not?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm skipping you. Go ahead.
I can really build this up. I don't have to because, you know, it's common sense might think that there's potential conflict points here. I mean, we're going to be negotiating leads, probably general counsel negotiate that. I'll speak on behalf of, you know, Councilman if they have any one successful, but under the charter laws that are in place here, it actually might be a requirement for guys to go to council at the time of negotiation, so that we can represent you guys for that. By the time we're negotiating, probably have a council in place. I'm sure you guys.
Yes.
You know a lot of parties that recognize that as well. Just that. So that's really it.
And we'd actually, I think the board had circulated emails earlier today on potential attorneys. I know I spoke to Joe about having a potential attorney come in and talk about what, you know, the role would be, I suppose, costs, things like that. I would echo everything he said. I think it's important that we're going to be signing a lot of contracts, getting into issues that I don't do this stuff. I'm a lawyer, but that doesn't mean.
And it would be a conflict.
Yeah.
You didn't share that,
Yeah.
and we don't want to put you in a difficult situation, so it's better, best if we have our own training.
But I think that's probably a goal.
All right.
Well, I have a question on this thing. So is our insurance in place? As far as
Do we have
insurance in place?
No, not yet. I've been talking with you, Tobias and Craig about. So we have things in the works.
When are they going to provide us?
Yeah, we can do it like tomorrow.
I'm scared by the way.
Yes, I think this is better.
I mean,
Also for the board.
Yeah, and we talk about board employees, yes. Yeah, so I have, so we'll get to that when we talk about the grants and fundraising too. Or I guess we can just go right ahead in there. But in my report, it wasn't in the copy that was circulated to you guys last week, because I didn't know yet. But we were approved for $183,000 from the PCSP grant, which is, I believe, $28,000 more than what we actually requested, and $58,000 more than what we actually had in budget. So over the last week, I've had to scramble and try to find a way to get some expenses from our budget, move them over to the PCSP grant, the extra 20,000 that goes on top, or else we would have to give that 20,000 back to the state. So part of that I put in there currently, so we do get council to be able to do that funding for that. And then with the Walton grant coming up in, let's say, I said it was
Mid-March.
yeah, mid-March. We will have that money, and I'm putting together the budget for that right now, so we include the insurance as well. So right now we're very good with our funding. We want to go to the accounts receivable and payable. We want to go to the financial report. So far to date, we'll look at the budget versus actual report. So far to date, we have, with the 30,000 pre-authorization Walton grant, we've only spent roughly $7,245 of that money. We've been using a lot of it as cash flow, and so we were approved for our PCS grant. And if you look where we have not been reimbursed yet for roughly $10,000, but as soon as they said it could take a couple of weeks, but they're in the process right now. Everybody's signing some document paperwork so that we can actually start seeing funding back to the Secretary of State. So we can get reimbursed for all the costs we've done. So we still basically have 3/4 or 2/3 of the 30,000 long grant that we need to spend in the next probably a few months or so. I am requesting a reallocation to Beth Gray on how we're going to spend those funds, because when we originally wrote it, a lot of what was for furniture, and we moved it to the buildings, and there's an abundance of furniture here already, so it doesn't make any sense to spend $20,000 on furniture on the building to reallocate those funds. But she said it should be no problem at all to do. So that's where we're at right now with financials.
Joe, sorry, quick question.
Yes.
This budget, when we say budget to actual, are we talking months? So my budget is
Yeah.
for the January month? Okay. Would it also be possible to get like an income statement? I know we see transactions by date, but do you think we could get an income statement for the next month, unless it's in here and I don't see it? Okay.
Yeah, the only income that we have,
Well, I guess I was expecting to see also the expenses listed, which is really the transactions by date, but it would maybe summarize them in different format, kind of gets us to the same thing.
and then as soon as we get the bulk money, we can pay bookkeeping plus, and they will start giving their reports, which are a little bit better than what I can produce. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just trying to do the best I can so we get the funding to be able to pay that. So look at the transaction list. Very little, like I said, has been spent on anything else other than payroll. So that will all be reimbursed as soon as everybody signs the paper for the grant to get that money deposited in our account.
Yeah.
We didn't mention anything about parcel. I think
Someone we have to sign for it.
To the chair.
Chair.
that I would have. Weird, yeah, weird at all. Everything's submitted. I'm sure once everything gets submitted,
Joe, sorry, I don't mean to go back to my income statement question, but I guess my question is, when you do that, would it be possible to almost categorize by grants? Because certain expenses can only hit certain grants, right? Is that how you view it? So, okay, all right.
And
Yeah.
I'm working on, and I don't want to go too far with this.
Yep.
Through QuickBooks because I know that the bus already has something set up. And I don't know what it would.
Yep.
So I just put everything into one kind of category for now.
Okay. That way we just know, are we in track with budget when we're comparing the grants and the, so,
Yeah,
okay.
and we do have that. It's just that one.
Got it. Okay.
So that's,
Do you need a motion?
You have to sign it. Yeah.
So I move to approve the financials as presented.
Second. So moved. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
Passing around the sheet to sign.
Hearing none, we'll show them as approved. I think the whole board will sign on those.
all right, the next, I want to share with you really quickly about student enrollment. Right now, we're 11 students. And the report that you guys have up to 7. I sent that out to you guys. Had a few more sign up. Right now, we have 7 kindergartners, 3 first graders, and 1 third grader. And I do have several others who are interested, and they just have not filled out the actual enrollment form yet. So within the last month, we've picked up 11. So I think that's definitely a step in the right direction, especially with the weather and everything blacking out. I do know that people are starting to hear about us a little bit more, starting to have a little more visibility in the community, and people are calling. So that's a positive. We just need to keep that momentum going in this next month. Hopefully, with weather being better, we'll be able to actually get out and go to door and talk to people and do a little bit more of that. Really hard for people to call us now.
So the enrollment period is through 26. Now, is that a hard, fast date, or is that just so we're going to be accepting applications
And we'll be accepting them probably after.
Okay. I was actually literally punching the numbers. You're going to act for
Yeah. We put that there to encourage people who want to just make sure they have everything in, so that way when we do like the orientation like that, we have more people that we have there. And then also with respect to like the lottery date and all that, we purposely put that earlier on in the year so that we can we will obviously do the lottery. We want the 200 mark by next month. So that will allow us to actually enroll as they come in. So as they do come, we can just enroll them outright. That way they don't have to wait until we do have a lottery period. So it's a definite yes. Let's see, next, if we can go down to the public relations and community outreach. I know that Bill's on the line. We can give you a brief update on things that are happening with regards to that. Jill, are you there?
No, that's.
Jill?
Hello?
Maybe she's on mute. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll go ahead and move on then.
Moving on.
So, yes. It is about the website. I guess we can move next to the operations staffing. I do have 3 candidates for employment, and 3 they're here tonight with us. I'm going to introduce Tina Davis, starting from your left. Tina Davis applied for lead teacher position Tara Dutton for academic director, and Lois Young for the special ed position. So I guess I will go ahead and turn it over to them. I know that I think they want to share with you.
So I think I can my dad she is with the extra you know, you guys all got to know about that. Challenge Foundation was something that when I came to CFA Challenge Foundation, Indianapolis, I came from IPS at the school right here. It's rather interesting because that's the thing I want to do. When I got remarried and had a little one, I had to step out of being a principal. I didn't have time to do that. So when I got back into it, I was like, okay, I need somewhere. I need somewhere that I want to call it campus, and that I feel supported, and everybody wants to same values, same work ethic, academic efforts that I want. And it was very heartening last year at CFA with the transitioning issues that happened at CFA, and then again this year. And it's something that I want to get back into administration. Obviously, I didn't go back to administration. And then stepping in back to teaching again and realizing, you know, I shared with Joe, yeah, I reached my 27 kids right now, but I've been reaching all 400 or 500 of those kids and working with them academically. And if you, some of my data just, you know, pointing out this year I went to moved up to 5th grade. I taught every grade, but 2nd grade, preschool all the way up through middle school. In my teaching years, principal was a preschool for 8th grade school as a principal in that Catholic school. It was a hard decision to leave administration, but it's the right thing for me, where I can work with as many kids as I want to work with, because I still work with second staff. I'm just going to working and seeing that growth. And some of the growth on the highlights, this year I stepped up, our current principal needed someone to go up to 5th grade. I said, sure, I did it, you know, 15 years ago, sure, why not? I can go back and do it again. And went back into that, and I planned the reading and language arts, those skills for our 5th graders, for our 5th grade level. You know, one of our biggest enrollment when we moved our data over at CSA, you started with 18 kids, or 18 kids just at grade level this year. Now, only halfway through the school year, we're already up to 45 kids at grade level. And it's kind of, you know, it's obviously I think it's credit to all of our 5th grade teachers, but it's kind of nice that that's the curriculum, that's the activities, that's what I think that should be with the class. That's one thing. We do reading A to Z. When I started out, I had 12 students out of my 21 still that were just at 5th grade level. And only 1 quarter into the year. And we had an unfortunate situation. We had a nurse pass away, so we didn't get those for our 3rd quarter, but just within 1 quarter, my number was 12 great out of 20. So it's just, I know core knowledge is also something that, you know, the school needs for knowledge. Even today, I was teaching a lesson in my class on Renaissance, and the kids got all excited because we pulled up in our research, we pulled up the pertaining to the culture and talked about the depth of perception and angles. So we pulled in math, we pulled it, the knowledge is there, and it's very deep to the school. I know that because I taught, and it was just so hard even at I was school, knowing that those kids need something better than average. So it's really strength that I want.
All right, so I've been at CFA Open 8 years ago. I was one of teachers hired 8 years ago. I started in 4th grade and then up to 5th grade. And I decided to make the transition into the curriculum position. Before that, I was a math teacher in 1st year. I was the first started staff, the teacher advancement program. And so then I kind of rolled into a position that was kind of created as the curriculum director or director of curriculum assessment. In my current position, I watched our school go from a C to a B to an A. And I really take a strong, you know, I take it to heart because it really helped develop teachers. One of my big roles is leading professional development. That's what I do.
Last Friday, we were leading a really good session on reader's workshop. And I went to a workshop in New York, New Jersey, and it was really informative as far as different models of reader's workshops. And teachers are walking away going, yes, this is what I need, I'm so excited. I have the tools to implement that now. And I feel like that's one of my strengths that it brings to me. Another thing is I have a background in journalism. We taught it super, help facilitate that. As an administrator, I track our journalism communication consistently, been overnight for the last 2 years. So I think those are some of the strengths that it brings to the table. I know you probably perused my core knowledge implementation plan as well as the professional development plan. That includes leading lots of weekly meetings around RPR, instruction intervention, as well as grade level planning meetings and professional development across the board.
Hi, Bill, and then because I started life in Indianapolis in the building. I worked in project for the third, fourth year. First year special education year I came in to pay my 5th year teaching. First year I was a training teacher. I got some master's degree. Sitting down here and doing special education, I like and love this neighborhood. And I really just all this neighborhood. So with those things that we can apply, if we jump on that. Right now, my current position, I have been doing special ed. I'm challenged by service. 37 associates on my caseload. I have to make about 4th grade files. It's 20% years, all progress monitoring. I don't work as much with core knowledge, but we have talk about how we have special needs necessarily, what they're going to actually work for them. So making sure they're successful is what's the priority, and that's how I take the part. And so I'm definitely for it.
Thank you, guys. Do you guys have any questions?
I guess I do a little bit. So you've been at CFA for, I guess, almost since it started, I think, which one of you had mentioned. What does it mean, I guess, to leave that and now to come into this different environment? Because I guess what I'm still trying to, in my mind, get comfort with is why leave CFA? It's, what's the driving difference that you see from this school to that school that's making you want to make a move?
One of my biggest driving is because it's possible right there. And I know this kids, I know these kids, I know what they need. And I was sitting there thinking about that. Oh, yeah, I started with it. It was partly what happened. That was when I started to think. I wanted to go to a school where I was going to be a family, so it was going to be a family who was treated, you were respected, and after my first experience at the National CFA conference 3 years ago, it was like, that's it. That's what CFA is. It's not only campus. It's, you can cry with the person who you're working with. You can work with them. You can trust them. They're your family. And it's hard that that bond is being broken currently this year. And that's, for like so twofold for me. One, because this is the neighborhood that I taught in. I know, like she said, I met these kids. Unfortunately, about a month and a half ago, one of my kids I taught here was the kid that was having shot first time. I don't know how to go to my classroom. It was hard. So that's just, I think, pretty good to watch right here. So it was hard on me that this is where I want to be, and no one had to go to Tara, I could go to where I needed to be, and they were supportive of that decision. So that family, the CFA family, is the other aspect that's what I want. I want that with CFA school.
And to piggyback off that, I was at another charter school before I came to CFA, and it was a rough place. It didn't have that stuff. And now that this part, CFA, CFA is affiliating with CFA. you're all aware. And we're losing them. And Team CFA plays such an important part in my education and learning and teaching teachers that I don't want to lose that. And I think, you know, the core knowledge implementation, the plan here, and I really just want to jump in and do it. I feel like there are some things that are a little messy as far as things that are going on, but I want something where I can make it and really work with the team and really dig in.
Well, definitely, driving back to library, those charters, beginning of school last year, school year. So I was really intrigued by the leadership, and I had a lot of questions about but like, I really wanted to take that on. That's like the students that we will service in the neighborhood will definitely benefit from those skills and local training and everything that is the chart about. So I was looking into that part of the town.
The only question I had, I just want to, and I know Kara knows me well enough to know that core knowledge is the curriculum. I've always been an advocate, well, my grade being an advocate for core knowledge for every child, no matter where they are. And I want to have a comfort level to know that every child, no matter if they're in being serviced by special ed, during it, you know, that everyone works together and integrates as well, that it's part of the culture, that the curriculum is part of the culture, not just something that you might pick up off the table once in a while too. But I know Kara knows how I feel about that. It's just incredibly important that everyone integrate, work well together, collaborate that curriculum. And I understand that some children need more help and assistance, but they can get that assistance with good, strong content as well. And you know, I just want to advocate for that. Make sure that that's part of culture and also part of your life. So
I have no problem making sure I talk about that skills with core knowledge of their content in class. There's certain like coding and science that I feel will be better served students core knowledge. But I would like to implement others. So,
well, you know, that's part of the reading program, and decoding is not curriculum. That's a reading skill, and so that can be taught with content. And you know that I don't know how well I don't think CFA is using the core knowledge language arts reading program, but it's tremendously strong in phonics. And you know, had it been implemented with fidelity, I think you know everyone would have been happy with it. And so I mean that's part of the culture. So.
Yeah, I can speak to it because I'm the CFA chair. Awkward, better. No, but both teams are. But I've done a phenomenal job from the standpoint that you know, we have as a board kind of a two-edged sword. Our agreement talking about CFA is that we would be somewhat autonomous from Team CFA. What Team CFA has brought us over the years, I could spend days talking about support programs, insight gelling, just unbelievable leadership and insight into how to run the best board. But fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, the board has moved from Challenge Foundation Academy, which we're doing now, and that should do, is that we want to expand at a faster rate than is that Team CFA has an appetite. That's really all it is. It's just not one's not better than the other. It's just a different approach. So we believe we have the means to do that, and that's what we'd like to do. So that is probably the crux of the affiliation. But these two have been just the columns, just really help us grow that community and that school. But it's just, that's, you know, life comes with different paths. You choose the paths to take. Our board has chosen different paths.
Okay, if, right before we move into executive session, I want to call Jill. For some reason she can't. So we'll just have to use my phone as speaker. Give her.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Make sure you're yeah, the Skype on here is still working. I think when Jason.
Oh,
I think we lost her.
okay.
Okay, well, my apologies for not here. I'm just trying to give you all a quick update on the public relations as well as community relations. And just even earlier we had 11 students. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but I assure you that we're doing everything that we can to get this as quickly as possible. Some of the events that I'm working on is putting together a community calendar, if you will, that Joe as well as myself can attend to get our name and out there as well. In regards to recruitment, we have ordered the team tags from Team CSA, and whether it's canvassing areas again to get our board out. I've also been in contact with Clear Channel about potential billboards in the area, again to get our name out, to show that we are now enrolling, and have a meeting with Candace representatives next week to discuss private as well as possible locations. We have started a blog and really upped our social media like Facebook and Twitter, posting pertinent articles and current education, as well as just letting folks know about us and what our mission is. And also with the social networks, promoting our events, which we are continuing to have open houses. We have one next week where we will again talk to folks and hopefully have enrollment packets there for them to sign up. Also wanted to point out two events that we have coming up at the end of March. We have our spring clean day that's scheduled for Saturday, March 22nd from 9 p.m. And we already have over 15 volunteers that are willing to help us that day. So we'll continue to get the word out about that as well. I also want to point out that we have our IACFA board dinner scheduled for Friday, March 21st, and that will be held at the Marriott. And formal invitations will be going out this week for that event. So again, we have a lot early on and just continue to get the word out as much as possible. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Jill, I do have questions. I think I've asked this before, but it really relates to the social media. My question is, in this neighborhood, what is the appetite really for social media? I mean, just knowing some of the statistics, there's probably a high rate of illiteracy. But then there's also, I just don't know that everybody that's connected to Facebook, Twitter. I mean, I'd be surprised if some of the homes even have internet access. I mean, I don't even know if everybody carries a smartphone. So I guess my question is, how much time are we spending on social outlets versus more of the attending the meetings and everything? Because in my mind, I would think that we probably want to be doing more of the face-to-face or connectivity. Because I think, and again, I'm making complete assumptions, but I would think in a neighborhood like this, people are more apt to go out word for word. Oh, if my cousin or my friend is in that, going to that school, then mothers start to talk, and that's how word spreads, versus a mom getting on Facebook, or I think I noticed we were spending some money on Indy's Child and some other stuff. And again, I just go back to how active is the neighborhood on social media and even reading versus more of the word-to-word, face-to-face sort of.
Correct. That's an excellent point. And you're right. That's not the neighborhood on social media. That's more for the educational, if you will.
Okay.
Inform what's going on in Indianapolis or nationally, and for those folks such as the mayor's office and other stakeholders
Okay.
And you're not like they're not on Facebook and they're not on Twitter. So again, that's where we're going back to the community. That's really something right. And I'm working on being that calendar place that attended an event today, and it wasn't necessarily an event that those groups would attend, but I know that those meetings quite regularly, and we've also been in touch with a couple of the local newspapers as well as publications such as the Urban Times, so that we can get a couple of hopefully stories out as well, so that folks in the neighborhood can continue to hear our name through the avenues that are most applicable to them.
Okay.
And I do want to say as well, with regards to actual meetings, like face-to-face, really hasn't been a whole lot going on.
Okay.
It does pick up more in the spring and during the summer months. So one thing I think is a big positive about this push with the social media is now we have a lot of reporters who are following us with different, from different newspapers and media outlets. Mm-hmm. So people are starting to, at least on a larger scale, people are starting to take notice that the school is starting to take off. Okay. So I think that'll be helpful down the road, just to have those people seeing our little, our little feed or whatever. I'm not a Facebook person, so I don't know what you call it, but the little notes that you put in there, so that they do see it, they see that we're active, they see what's going on. So hopefully we can get some positive media. Got it.
Okay.
Numbers were, those are my that focus really needs to have a customers, stakeholders sitting there. That's second. Mm-hmm. Customers. Mm-hmm. So we can provide.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, ready to
I apologize, I didn't hear that last comment, but does anyone else have any questions? And again, would welcome any thoughts or feedback to what we can, again, be working on, what we can improve upon. Always welcome your comments and suggestions.
I don't. That's pretty good. All right. Well, I think we're going to break into an executive session here, so we'll dismiss you guys again. And I think a number of things we just got to talk about in the executive session here.
If we want to set up that room in there, so we
Should we all move in there?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. I was like, I wasn't sure. Are we moving?
Yeah.
So did I. I mean, I flew up today.
Yeah.
I'm like hours late coming in. Like late.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just personal policy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At least we start out.
Yeah.
You look better down there than you do. No.
I did. It's nice. We have it. So nice. Yeah, it's very nice. I guess Paul documents that.
Back on the record as we're. All right. We have reconvened from our executive session. A couple issues that we've as a board kind of decided. We're not going to approve at this meeting, the executive director contract, recommended new hires, as well as the public relations and school outreach consultant contract, really no contract at this point. There are a number of reasons I think, to highlight a few. We'd like to have insurance in place. We would like to have of counsel or attorney take a look at the charter agreement before we sign it and then do anything. We would like to have, we'll have phase 2 of the Caramita study by the next meeting, so we'll know, they're not going to shut the doors, hopefully. And I'm sure there are a couple other things, but I think at this time it's premature to approve most of these things. With respect to the public relations and school outreach consultant contract, viewing the conflict of interest policy that we have for the Indianapolis Academy of Excellence, we believe it's proper at this point to take a look at alternatives to using Jill Burleson Inc. Joe is the executive director. That would be your job. I would appreciate it to take a look at some alternatives, circulate those to the board in terms of what their obligations would be, as well as the cost. I think the board would like to take a look at that before we make a decision on that. I'm missing something else.
Yep.
Yeah. Joan, did you have something?
No, I was trying to think, and then we could probably have all that together by our next meeting.
I believe everything.
By the next meeting will be actually in, if everything goes well, the building should be closing.
Closing will have occurred, and we'll have to phase 2.
And everything, so.
Those will be legally. So that is where we're at. There was some concern with respect to the consultant's work. At this point, we view that work as being a volunteer type work. Until the board has approved a consultant, that's the way it's got to be. It's got to be a volunteer until the board approves the consultant to do that sort of work. I think that is the result of our executive session. Unless anybody else has something I missed. All right. We have
to be clear about the insurance part. Would you like me to get together quotes from the people that I've been talking to, circulate those among everybody, and how are we going to do? Because I don't know, are we wanting to get for the next quarter? Or
I would like to.
I mean, you could probably just get a writer, is that what they call it? A writer for a month and 30-day writer, and then as soon as we close, convert it to just so that you have protection when you're here. If somebody would walk in and trip down the steps and see.
Yeah, that's true. Person on the building.
Yeah. And then, what about the director's insurance, D&O insurance? That would be, that can't become effective until we have the charter set, really.
I guess to that end.
So that's going to be a month from now. But have that ready.
Are we going to wait till the next board meeting for the Titan charter? I know Emily's going to press me on.
If you could get somebody to read it right away.
Yeah, I can do that.
And then as board.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have to approve, well,
would you like to approve the budget for it, at a minimum?
I don't know what is that?
we could approve start with the charter. We could approve the charter contingent reviewed by council and your support of that.
And then you mean how much we should pay the attorney, up to a certain amount? I don't know what you think. How much would it?
I guess I don't know. If we're going to be getting insurance, it's probably a question. I can get an estimate from him tomorrow and circulate that. Okay, well, do I have a motion to approve the charter agreement with that to constitute? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, I will show the charter agreement as approved, subject to the review. Okay. And then Joe, you'll circulate the quotes for insurance. We'll put together.
I bet. Pick up
I can get that.
Friday.
Yeah.
Also, I got sleep tonight. Now I'm getting nervous.
All right.
And Victor was asking me to go.
I know.
Yeah. He's getting the.
Yeah.
This is, I haven't, what it was.
Okay.
I had to, you know.
Yeah, that letter, and that letter from,
I know.
We do have some, specifically 3 policies: an employee benefit programs policy, timekeeping, paid time off policy, and a work condition and hours policy. I believe those are all made with the modifications we proposed at the last meeting. Okay.
On the use of telephones,
I don't know.
on the use of telephones, are we missing a word where it says employees are encouraged when it's called during school hours and of personal or mobile phones, or because it says and use personal? Is that what we mean? We're encouraging them to use it, or we're asking them that they also limit calls on personal and mobile phones?
Limit.
and use of, should be use of.
Okay, use of, right? That's what's under it. I'm like, is that what we're saying? Okay.
Oh, okay. I got
Okay.
it.
Use of personal or mobile phones.
We have a different meaning this time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, please check it.
Is there anything else?
I did not see anything else.
Move to accept policy.
We can have one, the 500s, I guess. Should we approve them all together in consent or by the number? Like these are all the 500 policies, which include work schedules to workplace violence prevention. Those are all the 500 policies. Saw that? And then the 400 policies are timekeeping. It starts with timekeeping. Oh wait, we've got 300, 400, and 500. And it goes to employment termination. So the 400 start with 401, go to 415, beginning with timekeeping to employment termination. And the only thing I made a note about in all of this was the last one, which was employee termination. I just had a question about accrued sick leave. If they leave, if they're terminated, or if they leave, we need to make sure that the accrued sick leave does not have a payout.
Sure.
And it doesn't, you know, I mean, there's a certain amount that can carry over.
Mm-hmm. It was up to 45 days, right?
Up to 45 days, and is that reasonable, 45? Yeah, it's been anywhere, some of our schools have 30, which is a month, you know, typically a month, but, or 6 weeks. So it would be 6 weeks typically because otherwise, you know, I don't know, the 45 seems reasonable. I just want to make sure. I just wanted to make sure that if anyone leaves, that they don't think they're going to get paid per day, that it's, you know, if we have to say that or if it's not in here, then it's okay.
So is there anything you'd like to do?
Or if there's any accrued, if they have 45 days that they have, if they leave, then they just lose those times. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, So, I mean, should we put that in there, or just assume that they know that if they leave and they've got days left, they don't get paid for them?
I think it doesn't say that they can use it.
Or that
I don't think
they'll
it's an
get paid for it,
expectation.
you know what I mean? Like
Right.
sometimes when people do jobs and they have so much
Vacation
vacation
payout.
days or whatever, they receive a payment, so I just want to make sure that we're not agreeing to do that, right?
We have a specific line item now in our guidelines that employees have to sign, like company, that states if you are terminated or you leave, you do not get paid.
Any vacation or sick leave. Should we put that at the, should we make a note at the bottom?
I am of the opinion that we should, that's why we did it, but I
think we should.
It depends if you have an accrued. The accrued starts until you pay the higher. I mean, that's too. Pay higher. I know that you can just.
Well, because here it says, all accrued vested benefits that are due to
Take a 45-day vacation.
paid within a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, so that's why.
So we've got it in there that they are going to be paid. That's why I said, should we do that?
Well,
Yeah.
if it's accrued, then it's not pay them. No, you can't. You have to pay it. That's what I thought. That's what my understanding was. So I don't think there's any way we could tell one of the. That's,
Yeah.
We have not.
They've
I
earned
mean,
it.
but
Percentage of
I've worked in a district before where I left 306, you know, and I didn't get paid for it.
Well, we
that
have,
was just,
I mean, we have a maximum of 45 days, but I think that those are accrued, we're obligated to pay those. In my understanding.
So Joe, you just hit on 6 days, right? Because ours is a combination.
6 days. I mean,
You
I
don't
had
know
a
whether
bunch
it's
of friends who never
vacation.
used them, and I could bank them. I could bank them, but I never, you know.
Yeah. Because see, we don't specify. We just say you've got X amount of days, and it's sick, vacation, it's whatever. Yeah.
That's the only one I know. I've never seen that in any.
Oh, it's, yeah. Yeah.
And that's,
No, it's all up to you.
Right to work.
See, where I worked before, it was unlimited. The 2 free vacation. So, I mean, you didn't get paid sick, but it was unlimited. You couldn't.
Do we accrue on a calendar? I don't know, percentage every day. Do we accrue those days?
I mean, if we just took that last sentence out, or last 2 sentences out about all accrued vested benefits, if we didn't even have that in there, would we still be, would we?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, you
Will
should.
do, okay.
So,
All right.
if people work, they have to get paid.
Yeah.
Every agreement is they have to get paid. So, well,
Yeah.
I'm not an attorney or a labor. Oh, I had it. But I would even have an HR person, HR specialist commit to something else. 20 minutes.
Yeah. Because I bet you it's even probably in their employment contract. Because for X amount of hours worked, you earn X amount of vacation. So you're earning it, so it's not like it's an unearned benefit. So why wouldn't you get paid for it?
Well, right, I mean, in schools, it's not vacation. I mean, they won't have any accrued vacation days. Joe might, because he's the administrator. But everybody gets, you know, so many days of Thanksgiving, so many days of Christmas, so many, you know, so your vacation days are built into your work schedule. So the only accrued day, Joe's going to be the only one with vacation days that he could accrue. The only thing that staff will be able to accrue would be these sick days, or that they can. And so what I'm saying is that let's say somebody works 10, you know, whatever. Yeah, so there won't be vacation. It's only going to be sick leave that they can bank in case they want to, you know. And you do that because you want to incentivize them not to take all their sick leave days that they get.
So that is kind of different.
And most teachers will save them up for if they have a baby, for example. A lot of women like to say that, or men too. Now that the men are staying home, or if you have knee surgery, you know, or something. But 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 I know people that would save and save and save, and then when they left their job, then they would have, could be, depending on how many, could be a $20,000 payout.
There have been some situations where the organization has a number of sick days that they can. So maybe when you have 45, even if you stay healthy for several years, you can never make it.
Well,
I think that's right.
and that's
We do have that limit. This
No,
one has
that's
a cap.
what we said. My question was, if you saved them and never used them and you left, we would be obligated to pay up to 45 days. So that's okay. I just want to make sure everybody understands that that's what that means.
Yeah, but I understand, Susan, now my point on that changes a little bit.
Right.
Sick days, I think, are different. So if these are sick days, I don't think you should get paid for them. Vacation's different. You earned it.
Yeah, right. But the vacation is built into the schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
See, I didn't understand that on school. You're right.
Yeah.
The vacation, I would agree. I don't know that you would get paid for sick time.
Yeah.
A private company wouldn't pay for your sick time.
This is the first time I've ever seen it in a policy. I've never seen that before in a school policy for termination. It's under employment termination.
Yeah, I see that.
That's the only reason I asked. And that could be something.
I recommend we have it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I said I would probably just take that last sentence, starting with all of food out, and just not have that as part of the policy because they are going to get sick.
Yeah.
Figure even if there's 365 days in a year, and we have even 200 days. How many days in the calendar?
Employee, the teacher days,
210. So all the rest of it, all weekend.
Yeah.
415. That was
Yeah.
personal time off, right?
Yeah.
Employee termination.
Yep.
Okay.
Just want to make sure we're consistent.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought anything of it until you described it different. But yeah, this is a big.
what are the recommended changes for 415?
Yeah, that's 416.
That's 405 as well.
Yeah, the 400 policies go from 401 to 4. Yeah, but that was the only one I had a question.
Spells out that they can approve the 45 days. Correct. Yes.
I had another question on that too. An employee leaves school and no days will be paid. I mean, I just said leave.
Yeah, I think if we take out that, what Joe's saying, take out that sentence. So,
I don't know, because these are the secrets.
Yeah, we take that out. That way there won't be that assumption. That you're going to get it.
Yeah.
So, because that's how our they're rolled all together, like or any vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would work.
We're trying to do. I don't know if I agree with the 25 days. We're trying to figure out legalities, and none of us are attorneys. We could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's great recommendations, but until an attorney looks at it. Mm-hmm. I just agree with 25
Where are you now? Year-round? Employees scheduled to work on a year-round basis for about 25 business days.
I don't know if that's that. But again, we could overshine 25.
Yeah. Yeah. It is true.
I guess all my recommendations were there expanded for this. We're interjecting our own personal opinion.
Yeah.
And so let's have Joe, charge Joe with, once we identify an attorney to have me do it.
Yeah, that's true. We don't really.
Because, I mean, I know in my businesses, we don't have 20, but if it's education, we want to be, I don't think they have.
Well, again, I don't do this.
Yeah, I don't think it does it.
All right, so not to label, then should we just wait to approve the 600 one?
Yeah.
Next time? Okay. And then, of course, the insurance discussion, 300 for the insurance.
My preference would be to have the attorney review the policy, definitely the insurance and the time off policies. The rest is pretty good, but I would rather have them review them. My preference is to review them, and then we vote on the policy development plan. So
I agree with that.
All right.
Is there, or would it be wise to form a committee to go through all these? Because there's more than just these. We all are in that. But
Yeah, you're just going about little ones.
yeah. So would it be a better use of time to have a committee actually together, review all this stuff, have an attorney look at it, and then we can present it at the meeting and people will work.
Yeah. Instead of piecing it out, there's a lot more. You're going to draft the handbook. Do we have a draft of the handbook policy?
That's, yeah, I have.
No, it's part of it. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to recommend that. I mean, I don't mind reading them. I'll read through them as well. I've got a lot of policies that I compare to, basically. They didn't look out of the ordinary. There was a couple of things, and that's why I noted them tonight. I would ask that Connie actually work with Joe and myself as well on that, because she's been in schools and knows what the expectation would be for policies. Is anyone else that like to join us on that, or just, no?
Surely you're looking elsewhere.
I would be a part of it. I don't know how much, I would ask.
Well, I mean, I would ask that Joe certainly send them all out to everyone,
right.
And then, we'll, make sure that, I'll pay special attention, Connie will pay special attention. And then certainly, if everybody has a copy of it, make sure you read through it if there's anything that's right. But, so we've approved, so these are the 300s, 400s, and 500s. Have we already approved the 100s or the 200s? Or we?
Yeah,
okay. We're going to make sure that because what we should do when we're finished doing this, put it all in a book and have a policy book in the office, that, secured in the office, and you would all save them, and then you'll have them in your file too, that we're organizing this.
Mm-hmm. But I would like to get them all. I don't like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get all one time.
Okay.
We already have 100s, 200s approved, so that we can work on. The committee will work on all the rest of them.
Okay.
Get a draft. We can have an attorney review it. What's that?
And if you resend the 100 to 200, send them.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So we can,
Oh, okay. So, but my question would be, how do you want them to go in front of
I think that would be the most efficient way. because we'll just do what we just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End up sending it to them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be in that.
That committee doesn't look too bad.
Hours,
2 hours, yeah.
Okay,
I don't believe we have any further business.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Yeah, all those in favor?
All right, thank you, everyone.
Perfect, thank you.
And don't forget, we have the board dinner that's scheduled for March
On the first.
21st, everybody.